Welcome to my video today. I am so excited, you guys. I just hit 10,000 subscribers. Wow, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. You don't even know. So, to celebrate 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to share with you my top 10 favorite appetizers. If you've been around my channel, you know how much I love appetizers. So these are my top 10 favorites. If you're new to my channel, make sure you click subscribe. Tons of videos for you. Motivation on meal planning, appetizers, crockpot videos, you name it. I've got it if it's about cooking. So make sure you subscribe. Let me show you my top 10 favorite appetizers. So this first recipe is called boat dip. It's cream cheese, sour cream, a cup of sour cream. I have a can of corn that I will drain. This is super easy and is perfect for summertime as well. A can of diced green chilies. I have a red bell pepper. You can use orange as well. And a packet of ranch seasoning. So this is just such a delicious dip. I have the cream cheese has softened a little bit, so it's a little easy to stir, but really yummy. You can serve this with Fritos corn chips or tortilla chips. Even Ritz crackers is really good with this one. So it is just delicious. Like I said, perfect for summertime, but definitely one of my favorite dips and favorite appetizers. It's a huge crowd pleaser. So this next recipe that I'm going to do is deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are another huge crowd pleaser. I love making them. I love anything with hard-boiled eggs. They are just my favorite. I can eat them in so many different things. But I boil my eggs and then I put them in a little ice bath for 10 minutes, and that really helps the shell just come right off and just makes these eggs come out perfectly and ready to go for the deviled egg part. So after they cool for 10 minutes, I have taken the shell off already. So I'm going to cut them in half with my knife. I'm going to be careful so that they still stay intact, but I have half a cup of mayonnaise in my bowl already, and I'm going to put the yolk, I'm going to save all of the yolks for the center filling. So after I have all of these eggs opened up, I will make the filling and just put a dollop into the center of each one. So nice and healthy low-carb appetizer. I love low-carb appetizers. So I'm adding in some Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of Dijon, and some salt and pepper to taste. So I have just all of the yolks, the mayonnaise, the Dijon mustard, and salt and pepper. Super simple and just a really great flavor. Such an easy finger food. Finger foods are definitely just so fun. They're always a hit and just really fun and easy to make and very refreshing for spring and summertime as well. And if you're doing anything like a low carb diet, these are a perfect appetizer for that. So once I have them all filled up in my cute little deviled egg trays, I love these, they're great. I'm going to add on a little bit of paprika on top. It just gives it a really nice look, and I love paprika, the flavor of it. So just a little dash on each one, and then these are ready to go. So this is one of my hands down favorite appetizers. I love anything with shrimp. So I have my shrimp. It has defrosted and it is peeled and deveined. It does still have the tails on. So I'm adding in olive oil. I have paprika. I have some cayenne pepper, and I'm going to add all these seasonings together onto the shrimp. It's going to be kind of a Cajun-y type shrimp. I have onion powder and garlic powder as well. And I'm going to cook these on my stove. They cook super quick. I love how quick shrimp cooks, but I'm going to add these on top once they're cooked, on top of a slice of cucumber and then some avocado on top of the cucumber, then the shrimp. These are such a great finger food appetizer. They are a huge hit. Anything with shrimp, I love it. And so this appetizer is it is hands down one of the best. So I got an inspiration from this recipe from Natasha's Kitchen. She just has such wonderful recipes. Everything is amazing. So she gave me the inspiration for this one. So I will put the recipe for it in the description box. But I have my avocado, I have my lime juice and salt to taste, and I'm just gonna mash this up so it's nice and soft, and then I will slice up my cucumber. I love cucumber in appetizers. It's so refreshing and just a great bite-sized little appetizer. So I have my slice. I'm gonna add on the mashed avocado, and then once that is all plated, I will pop on the shrimp right on top. These are so, so good. So I've taken the tails off of the shrimp, and they are just really great, ready to go on top of the cucumber and avocado. Just love how these look as well, but the taste is amazing. I love doing appetizers with Pillsbury crescent roll dough. So I have just a lot of recipes that I use with the Pillsbury dough. This one is going to be like a taco cup. So I'm spreading out my Pillsbury dough, and I'm gonna add in, I have my pre-cooked taco meat. It's actually left over from we had tacos, and it is actually ground turkey. You can use ground beef or ground turkey taco mix, either one. So I am cutting my Pillsbury dough with my pizza cutter. It is just the best way to cut this kind of dough. It makes it so easy. So I have it into little squares. I'm gonna put it into my mini muffin tin, and then I have just the mixtures that are gonna go in. Like I said, my taco meat is pre-made, so it has all the seasoning in it. It's ready to go. I have cream cheese. I'm going to use half of the cube of cream cheese, and it is a bit softened, so I am just gonna mix it all together with my ground turkey taco meat. I'm gonna put a little dollop into the center of each Pillsbury dough, and then I'm gonna top with just a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm gonna cook these for about 11 to 13 minutes. So I'm gonna check them often to make sure they're cooking all the way through. But like I said, just a sprinkle of cheese. You don't need much on this one. And then once they are cooked, I add on a little piece of avocado. You can also do a dollop of sour cream, some diced tomato, but any kind of taco topping is really great on these once they are done. And these are a huge crowd pleaser. I've made them a few times for functions, and they are just a really, really big hit. Everyone loves these and is always asking me for the recipe. I love using my Crockpot for so many things, but appetizers are definitely one of them. We do a lot of frozen meatballs, and this is just the easiest appetizer ever. So I have my frozen meatballs, and I have my Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Just gonna pour that all on top, put my lid on, and let these just cook in the Crockpot. So super easy and a huge, huge hit. I mean, you can just pop these in your mouth. I just put a toothpick next to the Crockpot, a little jar of toothpicks, and you could just grab one out. They stay warm and they're delicious. I am going to make some little smokies in Pillsbury dough. We call these pigs in a blanket. They are very, very easy with 2 ingredients. These are a huge hit for my whole family. My kids love them and the adults love them also. So anything that is a hit for everyone is definitely things I like to make all the time. But it's so super easy and just really, really yummy. I'm going to cut these into strips with my pizza cutter and wrap them around the little Smokies little hot dog. I'm gonna put them on my baking mat lined cookie sheet. And then you cook these in the oven for 11 to 13 minutes, and you can serve them with ketchup, mustard, any kind of favorite hot dog topping you can just dip it into, and these do not last long. They're just a really, really big hit, and I love anything that's super easy, so 2 ingredient appetizers are definitely on the list of my favorite. Another one of my favorite appetizers and 2 ingredients is my favorite jalapeno artichoke dip and mushrooms. So some stuffed mushrooms, super easy and just a really, really huge crowd pleaser. This dip is delicious. I get it from Walmart, but it has so much flavor, and I just fill it up into the centers of my mushrooms. I took the stems off of the mushrooms and cleaned them up so they were ready to go. But I just have these on my cookie sheet. I'm going to bake these in the oven for about 20 minutes, and they are so, so good and so easy. I'm doing another Crockpot recipe. So I have my frozen chopped spinach. I love spinach dip. So as in my Crockpot, I have a brick of cream cheese, and any appetizer with cream cheese is definitely on the top of my list of favorites. Cream cheese is just the best when it comes to appetizers. So adding in that brick of cream cheese and just makes it creamy and so, so good. I have mozzarella cheese. I'm going to use 1 cup, so half of the bag. This was a 2-cup bag. I have Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use a cup of Parmesan cheese. And I love using the Crockpot for so many different things, but for dips, it is really great. So your dip just stays warm throughout your whole party or function and just stays so, so good. I'm going to use some plain Greek yogurt, 1 cup, but you can also use sour cream as well if you would like. I just love substituting Greek yogurt for a little bit more protein and a little bit healthier. I'm using a tablespoon of minced garlic, and then I have a can of artichoke hearts that I have drained, and I'm going to chop them up into smaller pieces. So they are ready to go bite-sized when you're eating this. I love to serve this with tortilla chips, or you can do little chunks of sourdough bread. Is really good with this dip as well. So like I said, the Crockpot is just great for dips. It keeps it warm. You can just keep it on the low setting. For this one, I cook it on high for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to mix this up all together. It comes out super creamy and just really, really good and very addicting. This one is another 2 ingredient, chili with no beans and cream cheese. This is always requested. It is a huge, huge hit. So I'm actually doubling it. Sometimes I just do 1 can of chili and 1 brick of cream cheese, but I'm going to use my bigger Crockpot today, and I'm going to double it. I do have a smaller Crockpot for some dips that I use, but this time we're going to go big. 2 cans of chili and 2 bricks of cream cheese, and it does not get any easier than this. You can serve this with tortilla chips is what I serve it with, but really, really delicious. So addicting. And like I said, whenever I make this, people are always requesting it, and it just goes really fast. So I'm just going to kind of mix it just a bit, and I'm going to cook this on, you can do high for about an hour or low for 2 hours, and just keep it warm while it's being served. And just, it is so, so good. Like I've mentioned, I love Pillsbury Crescent roll appetizers. This one is going to be with Brie and some raspberry jelly. So I'm going to open up my Crescent roll dough, and I'm going to make these into little balls. So I'm going to cut the dough, and then I'm going to add the ingredients onto the inside, a little square of Brie and a little dollop of jelly, and these are so, so good. You just pop them in your mouth. They are a really, really great finger food, and I absolutely love these. They've got a little bit of a sweet with the savory, and just a huge, huge hit. So I'm gonna use my pizza cutter once again to cut these little squares. Like I mentioned, it's definitely the easiest way to cut these. So I'm just gonna place these on my baking mat so that I can finish lining, or can finish adding the other ingredients in. So for the brie, I cut the rind off of the brie before I cube it up and put it into the little square of Pillsbury dough before I wrap it into the ball. So I'm just brushing the tops with some melted butter, and it just gives it just an awesome taste as well. I'm gonna bake these in the oven at 350 for about 11 to 13 minutes, and they are just amazing. I hope you loved my top 10 favorite appetizers that I shared with you to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. If you're new to my channel, make sure you click subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.